All right, hey park fans, this is the Shape speaking, and I'm heading on into the Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair ride. Okay, so I know a lot of people don't like this ride, but I was a die-hard Berry Tales fan from way back. You guys gotta understand, I'm older than I look. I'm gonna be 54 next month, and I'm older than disco. Anyways, I was a really big fan of the original Berry Tales ride, even when I went up into my teens, and although its replacement, Kingdom of the Dinosaurs, was actually a pretty cool dark ride, I never quite forgave it for replacing my beloved Berry Tales. And the fact was, in Berry Tales, something was going on everywhere you looked. Not really true of Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. Anyways, Dinosaurs was shut down for a long time. Eventually they reopened this as something called Voyage to Iron Reef, which was an arcade style shooting ride, and recently they've rethemed it back to Berry Tales as Berry Tales Return to the Fair. Now, I do enjoy this ride. Unfortunately, it suffers from a lot of the same maintenance issues that Iron Reef did. However, there is a lot more theming involved in this than Voyage to Iron Reef, which relied entirely on its screens. Personally, I feel this could use some more animatronics in between each screen. This is an arcade-style shooter ride, but just the fact that Berry Tales is back and I can go on it again is actually makes me pretty happy.
They're all there.
seems like we're having technical difficulties. We're stuck over here for a little bit. Not the first time this has happened on this ride. Like I said, this ride does have all of the same mechanical issues that Voyage to Iron Reef did. But in the meantime, I do enjoy this.
Welcome back. Please remain seated until your vehicle comes to a complete stop and the restraint opens. Please holster your blaster and exit to your left. Watch your step as you exit and deposit your glasses in the bin. Thank you. Comes to a complete stop and the restraint opens. Please holster your blaster and exit to your left. Watch your step as you exit and deposit your glasses in the bin. Thank you. Very high. Please remain seated, keeping your hands and arms inside at all times. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Berry Tales, Return to the Fair. I know lots of people really don't care for it, but I'm just glad that it's actually back in some way. One thing that's disappointing is a lot of the theming is not in motion anymore. Back when this first opened, stuff on the sign and stuff up there used to actually move. It seems like they shut that down to conserve money or something. So I tried to do the best ride through I could. Unfortunately, I couldn't fire the berry barrels without jerking the camera around, so you didn't see a lot of that. I did the ride is in 3D, so of course the screens are blurry. I at one point stuck my 3D glasses in front of the camera lens, hoping that that would, you know, make a difference. I really don't know if it did. I'll check it out and see if it did later. Again, I have a heavy-duty nostalgia for this ride and for the whole mythology of the Berry Tales ride. Thing is, it is actually designed by Raleigh Crump, who is a legendary ride designer, and he actually worked on one of my other favorite rides, the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. He's done a lot of stuff over the years. I think he's still alive, but he's very, very retired at this point. But Raleigh did a lot of work on a lot of different rides, very imaginative guy. And he actually did an autobiography called It's Kind of a Cute Story, which I actually haven't read. I know, I'm ashamed. Anyways, so I have a big deal with Berry Tales. Even when I was a teenager and this thing was still going, I insisted on going on this every time I went to Knott's, even with my friends. Despite my friends all making fun of me for wanting to go on the bear ride, I staunchly defended this ride. One thing that I liked about Berry Tales as opposed to Kingdom of the Dinosaurs, which came after it, was that everywhere you looked in Berry Tales, like everywhere, there was something going on. On Kingdom of the Dinosaurs, that was a very cool ride, but if you looked one way, you saw saber-toothed tiger, you looked the other way, you were just looking at snow. So it didn't quite have the surrounding of motion that Berry Tales did. Of course, towards the end of its life, Berry Tales broke down a lot, like several times when you were on it, just in one ride through. So I know there was maintenance issues with Berry Tales, and that's probably why the Knott family decided to take it out. Raleigh actually suggested a type of Pirates of the Caribbean type ride to replace it, called Rum Runners of the Prohibition era, or something like that, Rum Runners of the 1920s, because they've rethemed this area that I'm standing in here now back to the Roaring Twenties. But back in the day, when the old Berry Tales was here, everything from this to the other side where Accelerator is now all used to be themed to the Roaring Twenties. Now most of it is actually boardwalk, which feels a little bit cheesier compared to the kind of detail and stuff that you see here in this Roaring Twenties area. This wasn't the Roaring Twenties for a long time, but thankfully they brought it back. The other thing about Berry Tales is it's one of the rides here that I'm actually concerned might suffer from this upcoming merger with Six Flags. Six Flags does have a ride that's similar to this at Magic Mountain called Justice League Battle for Metropolis, which is an arcade-style shooter, and surprisingly, in between the screens in that ride, they have almost Disney-level animatronics, including a fantastic Joker and a really cool Harley Quinn animatronic. But that was under their previous CEO, who was trying to make it more accessible to like everybody. Honestly, with the current CEO and his penny pinching and everything he's doing with Magic Mountain, not sure that ride's going to last very long either. But I'm hoping that we get to keep Berry Tales in some way, because I do have a heavy-duty nostalgia and love for the Berry Tales ride. As a theme park junkie, before they brought this in here, I often imagine them bringing Berry Tales back, but updated with state-of-the-art animatronics and making it a 2-level ride, taking out the Penny Arcade down there and adding all kinds of stuff to it. Of course, that didn't happen. I mean, it's not like they asked me, but yeah. So I'm guessing we're at that point where I have rambled on about Knott's Berry Tales for long enough, and I'm going to head over here to the prop shop and get myself some lunch, because next to the Ghost Town Grill, this is one of the better themed eating areas they have around here.